The Child Victims Act in New York by attorney Andrew M. Stengel. New York's Child Victims Act was signed into law on February 14, 2019. Lawsuits filed under CPLR 214A, New York Child Victims Act, involve allegations of a crime mostly defined as a sexual offense against a child who was or is less than 18 years old. The Child Victims Act extends what was a brief statute of limitations for survivors of childhood sexual abuse who want to sue their sexual abusers and/or the sexual abuser's employer. Today, that means there is far more time for a survivor of childhood sexual abuse in New York to file a lawsuit for money damages. Claims under the Child Victims Act can be pursued against the sexual abuser as well as his or her employer, such as a school, religious institution, or foster care agency. Before New York's Child Victims Act became law, victims of childhood sexual abuse had only 5 years to bring a lawsuit after the victim of sexual abuse turned 18. The Childhood Victims Act recognizes that a victim of childhood sexual abuse may not come to terms emotionally or otherwise for many years, if not decades, after turning 18. Under the New York's Child Victims Act, survivors of childhood sex abuse can file a lawsuit up to the age of 55 against a person and a private or public institution that may have also been involved in the abuse through negligence. In addition, until August 14, 2021, any victim of childhood sexual abuse can file a lawsuit under the Child Victims Act, CPLR 214A. To repeat, New York Child Victims Act lawsuits involve an allegation of a crime, usually defined as a sexual offense, against a child who is less than 18 years old. The full list of crimes in New York that fall under the Child Victims Act include sexual abuse, rape, criminal sex act, forcible touching, incest, and many others. Victims of childhood sexual abuse suffer from a wide variety of injuries, which are often long-lasting, if not chronic, serious, and often devastating. These injuries can include emotional and psychological conditions, such as post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, depression, and anxiety. For victims who have sought treatment for their struggles, treatment often requires many years to decades of therapy and perhaps medication, which can become very expensive. For some child sex abuse survivors, the psychological and emotional injuries caused by the abuse has also affected their ability to reach his or her potential in school and professionally. The Child Victims Act allows plaintiffs to seek damages or monetary compensation for all their injuries. Victims of childhood sexual abuse may be entitled to monetary compensation for their psychological pain, the cost of consequential treatment, and for any resulting loss of income. New York's Child Victims Act also allows for punitive damages above and beyond the compensatory damages. Sexual abuse of a child is deeply harmful behavior. A jury may award a plaintiff additional monetary damages in the form of punitive damages. Punitive damages are common when the claim is brought under an intentional act and when negligent acts were extreme, like sex abuse of a child. Hiring the right New York Child Victims Act lawyer is crucial in achieving the best possible outcome for claims brought for child sex abuse under CPLR 214A throughout New York State. The best New York Child Victims Act lawyer is experienced, aggressive, and knowledgeable. As a former prosecutor in New York City, Andrew M. Stengel has the experience and knowledge from prosecuting cases of sex abuse in New York. Andrew M. Stengel is a zealous advocate for sex abuse victims and survivors who sue under New York's Child Victims Act. For more information, visit the website of Andrew M. Stengel, www.stengellaw.com, or send an email to info@stengellaw.com. Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.